What up? What up? Schwiener here. We are back for a new season, episode 21. We were given an $84 million budget for this season. And apologies for the hiatus. It's been about a month or month and a half, honestly, probably closer to 2 months now since I last uploaded, but life got extremely busy. Been traveling all over the place. Just life, man. Just life, but we are back. I'm recharged. I'm ready to roll. And this FC 26 strong with this West Brom career mode as we are finishing up the season in general. Premier League championships finished up. Champions League final coming up. I mean, we're coming to an end. So I'm recharged. I'm ready to rock. Let's hop into it again. 84 mil for this season. Got a lot to get through. Got a lot to get through, figure out, add some new signings, release some people here. But let's take a look at who we got in the youth squad currently here. Some good guys. No one's old enough yet to sign. They're all 15, so we're going to let them sit there. But setting up our scouting report for the next, I don't know how long I did it, either 3 or 6 months, I think. Probably 6 months, I think. But I think the first country that we're gonna go with is I think I did Belgium. Yeah, Belgium for 6 months, trying to find ourselves some sort of striker or midfielder from, I don't know, Belgium. What do they call them? The dark horse team. Not too long ago, man, that team rocked. Lukaku, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, De Bruyne. God, that team actually rocked. So setting our first scout over to Belgium. Second scout, I think we do Denmark. Little Denmark guy. I think. Let's see. What do I decide to do? I'm pondering here. Yeah, we went Denmark. We went Denmark. Just another one of those. I'm trying to find a defender from Denmark. Interesting. I don't know what I was thinking. I filmed these videos like 2 months ago, and I'm just now getting around to be able to edit them. Last but not least, we're throwing in England. Got to be England. Bringing any sort of midfield winger, winger striker. Staying in the hometown here in England. So those are the 3 countries we're going to be scouting for the next 3 months. And taking a look at just the squad in general that we're left off with, I ran into, as we kind of go through this, a ton of issues with just the contracts and people putting in transfer requests. It just seems like it was, FIFA bug nonsense. Like, again, Price wants out for some reason. I don't know why. Fruk as well put in a transfer request. It kind of makes sense. He's maybe a little too good for this team. But like 11 months, Hammy's contract ends in 11 months. Happy with his current contract, and I can't re-sign him. So I don't literally don't know what to do. I guess his contract's going to run out. I guess that's just part of the game. We're just going to have to deal and, accommodate to players wanting to leave for no apparent reason or not wanting to re-sign a contract. So we're just going to have to deal and roll with the punches. And I guess it makes it somewhat kind of realistic. And it's not realistic, but adds another element of having to deal with players not wanting to resign and players wanting to go, even though in my mind it doesn't really make sense for them to do that, but is what it is. But in the background throughout this episode, I do resign some contracts, like I believe Takai we resign, but also here contract it is a thumbs down, and this is happy with current contracts. I go in to try and re-sign, and it's not willing to negotiate right now. Like, then why is he bitching about his contract, but he's not willing to re-sign? I'm willing to restructure it, re-sign him, but So he's probably out as well, Angola or whatever. But it is what it is. This is kind of the team that we're rocking with here. Got some young academy players that we're going to send out on loan throughout the episode. And really, I want to build a better base off this team. I want to bring in some role players and expand that bench and just raise the floor of quality of the team. And we're starting this off out with the first signing, and you can maybe tell by the silhouette and that neck tat, it's our boy Richarlison, another Spurs guy. Contract expired. We got him on a free. He accepted having, I think it was just a rotation role. So coming in at a 79 rated, a bit more experienced, a guy that can find the back of the net, brings passion to the squad. For a free signing, I think this is incredible for us. I did try to sign a couple players like Jack Grealish and Gabriel Jesus, but they wanted crucial roles, and I'm just wasn't willing to give them that. I want to give our guys that we have time to develop and not bring in a 31, 32-year-old Jack Grealish as a crucial starting left mid. So landed on Richie, and I think that is great. And our first departure did us a good service for like a year. I think we only had him for a year, but Calvin Phillips off to Palmero, a little over $4 million. Another departure out of the club as it gets delayed. Tamer Bainey off to QPR for a little over $2 million, who really didn't get any play time, and his rating and level as kind of being a backup cam or a third string cam just wasn't there. So he's off. Really just trying to get rid of like I said, the lower rated players that we don't need, and raise that's the floor of quality for the players here. So those two are out. We're also sending out on his way Tony Fruit, a massive 75 mil off to Arsenal. This one is more kind of one of the more realistic-ish ones, I think. Like, he had a monster season. He's still young. Making a huge move to Arsenal makes sense for a lot of money. So that one I'm cool with. We're going to give Isaac Price, here we go, Fontana as well, I don't know. But we're going to give Isaac Price the chance to be that guy, that starter, and maybe he'll reconsider, because I have seen, Hammy's also out on loan. I have seen players come back and thank you for the game time. I'm really happy again, and their transfer request gets removed. So that's what I'm hoping for. If I can give Price all that game time is the goal here, but we'll see. If not, he'll probably have to move on at the end of the season, and we'll restart in that camp's position. But Hutton is off on loan to Ipswich Town. Alfie Gilchrist is another one who wanted out for some reason. 28 mil off to Liverpool makes sense, but instant replacement coming in here. I think he came from Ipswich, who got relegated. So a solid signing, young, 28. I believe he's the Portuguese gentleman. Thierry Correia for 12.7 mil. I think that's an absolute realistic and fill into the gap immediately in that right back position. Really pleased with this signing. 77 rated, 78 I think is what it turns into. But we're not done yet with that right back. I wanted to give him some competition. So I dip down. We get James Justin, who's experienced. He's cheap, and so immediately coming in from Leeds, immediately filling that right back position, giving them to competition out there. So again, thought it was two super realistic signings. Excited for to see who can kind of come out on top to win that starting role there, or we'll just rotate them through, and they both play great. Fantastic if that happens. Sending Todd out on loan as well to Wrexham for a year here, and then bringing in a big shining. I wanted to go after the wingers and kind of elevate that as well. So I'm bringing from Wrexham. I'm going to mispronounce the hell. Ishmael Garby? I don't know. Young, 23 mil. He's decent pace, good dribbling, all around solid. So bringing him as an option on to the left. And then out on into backing up Isaac Price here, we bring in Lee Dong Keong from, I think that he did come from the K League when I was looking at it. So an interesting signing, one I don't normally do, but excited to bring him in. And then out on that left back spot as well, kind of raising the defense overall. Shea Charles for 22 mil coming in. See, I think we got an A rating for that. Some of the ratings I've gotten for these were like horrible, and it still confuses me why they suggest something and it's just completely off. But good squad player, gives Styles some competition out there on the left. So our left and right backs, our outside backs are settled for the time being, and I think they're good options. Another just backup role player to have for the squad here, Max Bird coming in from Bristol, I believe. Yeah, Bristol for 12 mil. Honestly, may have overpaid. 12 mil seems kind of like a lot for, I think he's only like a 75, 76 rated, but yeah, 76 rated. But he can play Cam, he can play CM. You know, he's just a squad guy, good squad player, and that's kind of my game plan going into this season. Because our starters, I do feel like we're good. Our starters were good. We just need, like I've been saying multiple times, elevate the quality across the board and the floor. So I think we've done so far a pretty good job of that. And looking at our first youth scouting report here, some potential there, but kind of a lot of garbage as I go through and kind of are just removing these guys. I don't think I sign anybody off the rip, but gonna just keep scouting them, see if anything. Do I end up signing this guy? I think I do. I did. I lied. I signed that guy, that winger from Belgium. It's crazy looking at kind of the certain spelling and letters and names of players in different countries that I'm not used to, that I'm like, what? Like, why is that O like that? No idea. Mueller. Is it Mueller? I don't know. But we're hopping in. First crisp game of the Premier League season. It's against Bournemouth here on a rainy day. I think we're at home. I believe we're at home. Yeah, this doesn't look like Vitality. So this is the lineup that we are rocking with here. Not much changes from last year. Griffiths in goal. I'm going to give Correa the start there. Yeah, and that's kind of the only new addition to the squad, but our bench is definitely looking newer and better. So really stoked about that. See Bournemouth, see if they brought anybody in. I don't recognize anybody besides Truffert as their back line, but Fabinho, that's crazy. Mason Greenwood, oh god. But 12 minutes in, just not great defending from Takai there, and off the rip, Bournemouth get an early goal. Not the best start, or the start we're looking for here in the league, but you know, we're not winning every game. You know, we're not a top club, so our goal, I think, would be like, if we can get top 10, I'd be satisfied. If we can maybe get Conference League or something, that'd be great. Another great save, or not another, but a great save by Griffiths here, and ended up being offsides. Got a little nervous there, heart beating a little bit before the halftime here. Whipping a ball in and just didn't get the contact we're looking for on it, and that was about it. We had no opportunities. Bournemouth had a couple. They bagged one early on, and that proved to be the difference maker. So really, really crappy first start, our first game of the season. Honestly, pretty brutal, but we'll bounce back. And then out the door as well, I think this guy we're sending out on loan, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Max Powell's to Cardiff. And then we bring in another winger or midfielder to kind of bring some competition, be able to have us rotate through, games and bodies when need be, just to give us options. It's Luis Guilherme coming in from, was it Villarreal for 31 mil. Kind of paid a lot of money for him, but And it says not good enough. Yeah, whatever. 31 mil for this guy. A excellent deal. Clearly, we know something that the game doesn't. And then we're hopping straight in. My favorite intro. We got Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. There in the flesh. Giving you a look at it in real life here. I just find this so cool. Add that to the next game, por favor. Here we go. But it's Chelsea. It's West Brom. Blue v Blue. And yeah, similar to the Bournemouth game, early 20-25 minutes. Not as early as 12, but conceding an early goal, and that was just horrid defending out on the edge of the box there, or right edge of the box. I don't know what you call like the side of the box, I guess. Just horrid defending. They square it cross, just wide open. Almost got on a foot on it, Griffiths, but that's it. But we respond. Kind of a tough angle. About 10 minutes later, our guy Amora, the man, the legend, the guy that hopefully will maybe one day have a statue outside the grounds. But tough angle. Give him props though. He bags it. A great response. A tough game. 1-1. And this is horrid. I mean, just absolutely horrid before the half. Just no. We just paved a lane for him. Just paved a lane for him to run straight in and score. Freaking João Pedro. Just insane. Also, what's happening with Chelsea right now? I mean, they are just dog water. Absolute dog water now for some reason. And then go down 3-1. We're at 52 minutes in at the second half, and I'm just thinking, God dang, bro. It just might not be our day here. But two losses off the rip would just be freaking brutal. Because we're better than that. And again, it's Takai just not being able to step a foot out and do something. And thought I was going to get one back here pretty immediately. And Amora just gets rejected. But we do get one back. It's Isaac Price. You can see from the angle, it's kind of I think it hits off the crossbar, like block off the crossbar maybe. Something weird. But a perfectly timed ball. Offsides maybe. I don't know. They didn't call it. But yeah, off the bar, crossbar down, it goes in. We give ourselves some hope, 3-2 with like 10 or so minutes left, but couldn't get an equalizer. Could not get an equalizer, tough loss, but a 3-2 away loss to Chelsea and Stamford Bridge. I mean, obviously would like to get a point, but not the worst. And another signing into the defense here, just upgrade that is Thomas Beeline, 21.5 mil from Fenador, and a rating. So again, I really am I think I said this like in the first season or something. I really want to build from the back up essentially, and so bringing all these players in, I think we're really doing a good job of bringing in players that are going to be here for the long term and grow with the team and just build a great foundation in the back. So stuck with that signing, and we're hopping into our second game. It's against Crystal Palace. Another home game, I think, if I'm not mistaken here. Can we just not concede? Can we just not concede first? Come on, can we score first is kind of going to be our goal here. Time will tell. We'll see. Nketiah. Okay. I like kind of seeing what the teams are a few years later. Here we go. Amora, I think it was Amora, hitting the freaking crossbar 10 minutes in. Just unbelievable. Get the ball back here, and another strike. Nothing. He rolls it out. I mean, we are just pressing the heck out of them and hit it just wide. So really putting pressure on in the first start of this game, really putting the pressure on, and here we go. What a freaking beauty. It's our guy, Bove, just with a rocket from outside the box, and they gave him room. They gave him room to run and said, let's launch it. Screw it. F it. Let's launch it. And you can't score if you don't shoot. You don't know. You don't know. Here we go. This is a great angle at it. I mean, should the goalie have saved it? No, that thing was dipping. What an insane goal that was, Bove, my guy. That's insane. So finally, we have the early 1-0 lead and almost grab a second one here before halftime, but it gets saved. But is what it is. You know, it's a big upgrade to, oh my goodness, yeah, hitting the post there also right after the second half. So a big upgrade to losing the last two games, but that was about it. Really, really slow second half. Bo's insane goal proved to be the difference maker in the game. So our first win, which is good. Hey, one for three, not the best, but got to make do with what we got to do. And bringing in another, I think this guy's center mid. Again, I filmed this like a month and a half ago from Swansea, Ethan Galbraith for 5.5 mil. And yeah, I got a C rating. This guy probably isn't worth 5 mil. Now that I'm like looking back, and I'm like, he's 74 rated, 26. Why am I spending over 5 mil for him? God, maybe I should just be using my brain more. And then we bring in a backup striker as well, Brandon Thomas Asante, coming in from Coventry, who just got promoted, I think, right, to the Premier League. So we bring this guy in. Not good enough. Yeah, 73 rated. It's not good, but got to do with the budget that we have. So here we go. This is what we had: 2 losses and 1 win. This is what. Oh my God, I forgot. We have Europa League. What did we win last year? Did we finish in a? I have no idea, man. I am just so delusional and out of it. But next month, a lot of games. I think we should be able to win most of those league games. I think. So that's what we got in store for us. We're currently sitting in 14th. I mean, it's still early. It's the first month of the season. I'm confident we'll chip back. We'll chip back away at this. But Man City, Spurs, Arsenal, man, you are sitting top of the table for the time being, as expected. But I appreciate y'all watching. Give a like, give a subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.